Okay. All right. Summertime. Welcome to Florida, everyone. If you didn't know, this is my motherfucking state. I'm down here in Miami. My favorite thing about Miami, as a good friend once said, is that it's so close to the United States. I just like to say that although this state is pretty insane and pretty crazy, we're proud of our little state. We call it home. Home to number 10, Inter Miami's own Lionel Messi, the world famous, the worldwide, the legend, the GOAT. Yeah. It's my kids' last week of fucking summer vacation, man. I gotta enjoy this shit. You know what I mean? I gotta I don't know. I'm gonna take them. What do you think? Take them to the beach or something? Let's go somewhere where nothing bad will happen.
All right, so I want to spend some time talking about something absolutely remarkable that happened just south of our community just a few hours ago in the Florida Keys, and it revolves around the incredibly warm water temperatures that surround the Florida Peninsula. Now, there's a number of buoys all across the Florida Keys, but at about 3 o'clock this afternoon, the buoy at Murray Key measured a sea surface temperature just less than 5 feet below the ocean surface of 99.3 degrees. Now, as if that wasn't incredible enough, a few hours later, a separate buoy in Manatee Bay, which is a little closer to the Key Largo area, measured a jaw-dropping figure of 101.1 degrees. Now, if this verifies, and I'm sure they're going to critique the numbers quite a bit in the next 24 hours, but if that verifies, that would set a new world record for the warmest sea surface temperature that's ever been observed by humans, and it would break the current record of 99.7 degrees that was observed in Kuwait Bay in the Persian Gulf in the Middle East. So this is really quite incredible. Now, for some perspective, the water temperature averages in this part of the Florida Keys during the month of July only average in the mid and upper 80s. So the fact that we have water temperatures now that are at or above 100 in parts of the Florida Keys is just astonishing. And it's not only in the Florida Keys where water temperatures are running way above average. This is a water temperature anomaly map. So the darker the red, the higher the temperatures are above average for today's date. And they are exceptionally warm across the northern Atlantic. There's only one small swath of the ocean right now where temperatures are below average. And that's because that's where Hurricane Don was swirling for the past couple of days. So it pulled up some cooler water from deeper in the oceans, and then it's kind of cooled off the water temperatures there by a bit. So, I know I don't need to tell you that we don't need a hurricane this year, but we really don't need a hurricane that's encountering water temperatures close to 100 degrees. It's simply mind-blowing what's going on right now with the water temperatures across the Atlantic.
Get the fuck out of here. Goddamn. Fuck. Man, if you watch the news, and I do tune into the news quite frequently, it's a habitual little routine. It's part of my daily routine. I don't watch mainstream news, but I tune into certain news podcasts and blurbs and updates. And then, of course, for this show, on Tuesdays, I end up getting way more news than one human should especially this kind of news. It really does feel like the planet is trying to fucking kill us. Roast us alive.
Get the fuck out of here.
100-degree water when it's normally the average 80-degree water. I don't know what that feels like, but I'm assuming it's gotta be comparable to a jacuzzi of some sort. Welcome to Florida, everyone, where you don't need a jacuzzi in your backyard because we have a giant jacuzzi. It's called the fucking ocean. Get the fuck out of here. Shit. Can't take my kids are still learning how to swim, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? I can't put them in 100-degree water. Or can I? Might be a good way to get them to learn how to swim for real. Actually, I think that's a terrible idea. Okay, all right. I'm not gonna put my kids in 100-year-old shit. I'm not gonna put my kids in 100-degree water. All right.